I will back up for some background for you all. On February 21st, 1982, at approximately 8 o'clock in the morning, Daralyn Johnson, age 9, left her home in Nampa to walk to Lincoln Elementary. She never returned home on that day. 3 days later, Daralyn Johnson's deceased body was found by a group of fishermen in a shallow drain ditch near the Snake River just north of Maprock, located in Melba, Canyon County, Idaho. She had been raped, and prior to her death, she had sustained blunt force trauma to her torso and blunt force trauma to her skull. Ultimately, the cause of death was determined to be drowning and was ruled a homicide. As the prosecutor explained, Charles Fain was ultimately convicted and spent approximately 18 years on death row. In 2001, Mr. Fain was released in part due to evidence in DNA advanced technology. My office and my detectives have worked tirelessly in collaboration with the prosecuting attorney, Bryan Taylor and his office, his deputy prosecutors, the FBI, and many others over the years. For the last several years, I have assigned detectives to this case as their #1 priority. They have traveled to many states, and they have interviewed numerous individuals regarding this case. The FBI has been a very close working partner with the Sheriff's Office on this case, and I want to extend my great appreciation and gratitude to that agency. In 2018, my office sent portions of DNA samples, the same used to exonerate Charles Fain, to a well-known lab in California, and progress was made in identifying David Dalrymple. In February of 2020 this year, Dalrymple was interviewed at the Idaho Department of Corrections in Kuna, Idaho, regarding his involvement into the rape and death of Daralyn Johnson. Late last week, Prosecuting Attorney's Office and my office received the DNA analysis report identifying Dalrymple as the primary suspect in this case. Based on the totality of the case, and especially the long wait the Johnson family has endured over all these decades, the decision to charge David Dalrymple was made, and this press conference was scheduled. I want to thank the prosecuting attorney and his team for the efforts they have put forth in bringing this case to where it is today. As the prosecutor stated, there was a lot of people involved in this case over this many years. Detectives that have retired from our agency worked this case. Detectives that are currently with this agency have worked this case. Deputy prosecutors, the prosecutor himself, my office. None of this could have been done single-handedly. It took decades and efforts of many individuals to get us to where we are today. But as the prosecutor also mentioned, through our investigation, we believe there are other victims out there. David Dalrymple is currently serving a 20 to life sentence for kidnapping, lewd conduct with a minor, and sexual abuse of a minor. The victims in that case was between age 9 and 11 years old. According to the probable cause affidavit, which you will have today, a public record, you will see the information was listed there that links him to other crimes. During our investigation, the Canyon County Sheriff's Office has located 2 other victims of similar age to Daralyn who never reported to law enforcement to being sexually abused by David Dalrymple. We are asking the public, we are imploring the public, if you have any information on those cases or on this current case, to please come forward and contact my office, or as Bryan said, the Crime Stoppers. Because this case is now charged by the prosecuting attorney's office and the investigation is ongoing, we're not taking any questions today. Our goal of this conference is to ask for public assistance in obtaining that additional evidence, thanking the Johnson family for their patience, their diligence, and enduring, as Prosecuting Attorney Taylor has stated, the worst nightmare a family and parents could imagine that would happen to their daughter. This is a tremendous day in the fact that we have identified that person responsible and that we are giving some closure, at least in this chapter, after 38 years, to Daralyn Johnson, the victim, and to her family, who are wonderful people. Thank you so much for coming.
Can we get an official spelling of the suspect?
Mr. Decker, our PIO, will provide you all with a press packet with the charging document as well as the probable cause affidavit that have been filed with the court today. So thank you all so much for coming, and sorry about the train.